he is, God, he has got so much damn potential.
He definitely does.
What'd you make of that fight?
It went exactly as I expected, except it went a little bit longer. I wish Joshua would have just hit him with that right a little bit sooner, but it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It's exactly what Jake Paul needs.
Fight, brother.
Terrible. Straight terrible.
Why terrible?
Cause, me personally, why is Jake going down on all fours at least 20 times, right? And AJ's just standing there, right? Punching him up, doing this, that, and the other. He needs... I'm glad he won, okay? Because Jake is not it. I never liked Jake anyway, but like, he ain't it.
But should Anthony Joshua finish the job sooner?
He should have. But at least it was within the 8 rounds. So I'm happy that it was right.
The stunned reactions said everything. From Mike Tyson to Joe Rogan. Even the most experienced voices in boxing could not believe the precision and power Anthony Joshua displayed in the ring. Jake Paul was completely exposed and outclassed from the opening moments. Joshua's calm control, perfect timing, and brutal efficiency reminded everyone why he remains one of the top heavyweights in the world. This was not chaos or luck. It was a masterclass in skill, experience, and discipline, proving that hype alone cannot survive against elite boxing fundamentals.
I say to this day, and I do it based on my reaction. Obviously, this is personal. I say it's the greatest knockout of all time. First time I ever stood up, I couldn't sit down. I was standing up. I was just like, oh!
I saw that. I saw you stand up. That's the first time I saw.
I'm gonna throw the punches through the guy, not after hit the guy. Just boom, not with the full force. So I was showing him how to throw the full force without bringing your hand way back and throwing the punch. So I showed him.
Anthony Joshua showed Jake Paul the harsh reality of professional boxing. Wade Plemani's highlights that even without a flawless performance, Anthony Joshua did exactly what was required. Jake Paul faced a level of skill and strategy he was not prepared for, and Anthony Joshua's control and precision reinforced why he is at the top of the heavyweight division.
Because what just happened, what you just saw was, yes, Jake Paul finding out there's levels to this game. Yes, Anthony Joshua not having the greatest performance of all time, but him doing exactly what he had to do, what he needed to do.
Throughout the fight, Anthony Joshua systematically dismantled Jake Paul. Jake repeatedly went down, showing clear gaps in defense, movement, and ring awareness. While Joshua admitted it wasn't his most flawless performance, he executed his game plan exactly as needed, pinning Jake down, controlling distance, and landing decisive shots with patience. Experts highlighted how Joshua delivered devastating power without overcommitting, a trait that separates true champions from
AJ to knock this boy out clean and get rid of him, because they, you know, everybody I've spoken to, they just want, they're like, I want to see Jake Paul get knocked out. And I just said, I don't want to see him get knocked out. I want to see him get beat up. I want to see him quit. I want to see the reality of everything he's saying and doing kick in. And in a way it did happen, but he didn't get beat up. And slowly but surely the confidence, the self-belief ripped out of him to the point where he's dropping on his knees. He's like, he must have fallen down.
Everyone in this venue, now you asked me a question. Look, it wasn't the best performance. It wasn't the best. The end goal was to get Jake Paul, pin him down and hurt him. That has been the request leading up, and that was on my mind. It took a bit longer than expected.
5 times early in the first round, flush, didn't even flinch. You see that tonight? That was an absolute abomination, if that is even a word, because that is a monster. The #1 heavyweight in the world. He gets...
People will argue that he at least won 3. No one expected him to last that long. Rolled his ankle, broke his jaw, still fucking fighting, man. Like, that's toughness. You know, most people just wouldn't have the balls ever to step in a boxing ring in their life. He stepped in a boxing ring with one of the baddest men on the planet. Who's 40 pounds heavier than him, is 6 inches.
I hit him 4 or 5 times early in the first round, flush, didn't even flinch. You see that tonight? That was an absolute abomination, if that is even a word, because that is a monster. The
fight was, it weren't a fight, was it? It was really, really one-sided. Jake Paul Yeah, I've got to give him credit really because he's super fit. He's pretty clever really.
And every time he threw a punch, I like winced because he's a big man and he's an incredible boxer and he's still in his prime and he's got a very long reach and he's got a lot of power in that right hand and that left hook is terrifying as well.
Today was the bread. AJ's win today was the exposure to more people. Even though he's mad famous, as we know, like there's a community he hasn't touched, and I think he touched that community today.
In the end, this fight was more than a knockout. It was a statement. Anthony Joshua proved that real champions dominate not just with strength, but with composure, timing, and intelligence. Even Jake Paul acknowledged the damage and the reality of facing a world-class heavyweight. Observers across the boxing world agreed. Joshua controlled every moment and reinforced his legacy as an elite force in the division. Now the question is yours. Does Anthony Joshua continue to prove his dominance? Or can Jake Paul ever rise to this level? Drop your thoughts in the comments and join the debate.